Have you ever wondered about the true power of faith and obedience? How they can lead to miraculous outcomes in the face of insurmountable odds? One such story that beautifully illustrates this is the biblical account of Joshua's conquest of Jericho. In the aftermath of Moses' passing, God chose Joshua to shepherd the Israelites into the Promised Land. Their first significant challenge, the formidable city of Jericho. As they stood on the brink of the Jordan River, poised to enter Canaan, God assured Joshua of his unwavering presence. He promised victory over their adversaries. But the conquest of Jericho was not to be a straightforward military operation. It demanded a unique act of faith and obedience. God gave Joshua specific instructions. The priests were to carry the Ark of the Covenant and guide the people in a procession around the city. This ritual was to be repeated daily for 6 days. On the 7th day, they were to circle the city 7 times. Following this, the priests were to sound their trumpets, and the people were to raise a mighty shout. Joshua, in turn, faithfully communicated God's commands to the Israelites, who adhered to them without question. Regardless of how unusual the plan appeared, Joshua and the Israelites obeyed God's directives with unwavering faith. They marched in silence, placing their trust in God's promise of victory. On the 7th day, their shout echoed through the air as commanded. In response, the walls of Jericho crumbled. The Israelites marched in and claimed their victory. Joshua's triumph at Jericho is a testament to the power of faith and obedience in achieving God's purpose. Joshua's steadfast belief in God's promises, coupled with his obedience, paved the way for this miracle. The victory over Jericho was not the result of human might or strategy, but the manifestation of God's supernatural power, responding to the faith and obedience of his people. The story of Joshua and Jericho inspires believers to trust in God's promises and obey his commands, even when they seem improbable or defy logic. It underscores that with God, nothing is impossible, and that he faithfully fulfills his word to those who put their trust in him. To sum up, Joshua's victory at Jericho is a powerful illustration of the triumph that comes from faith and obedience in God. It urges us to trust in his promises, obey his commands, and step out in faith, confident in his ability to achieve far more than we can imagine.